What's going on, Bull fam? Let's talk. I named this channel The Line of Scrimmage because I want to know what side of the debate you guys are on, man. You guys defending this? You guys, you guys like this? Um, so we just got the news, and I'm just gonna kind of post this video because I just kind of want to see everyone's reaction, and I don't want to edit this. Let's just go through this. So, Justin Herbert, 5 years, 262.5 million. I'm pretty sure a lot of Chargers fans are ecstatic. Like, we got our guy till 2029, because next year he's still on his rookie contract this year, and next year he's on his fifth year option. And I mentioned in the video earlier, look, man, I'm not the biggest fan of the way the Chargers have constructed this roster with the salary cap. I think the Chiefs were a team to model behind because they constructed their team so well. They continue to draft well. They're getting value off late round draft picks, and they're investing in their offensive and defensive line, and they're not looking to pay weapons a ton of money, which is something I agree with, right? So I know it sucks for running backs, but they're not the position that are worth being paid. I understand that. You have to pay the quarterback. So you know what? I'm happy for Justin Herbert. My only pushback, because now he's the number one paid quarterback in the league until probably Joe Burrow. My only pushback on this, because I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I hate how much quarterbacks are demanding now, because this averages out to about 52 mil a year, depending on how they structure this. And it really handcuffs teams to build around these players. So I was really hopeful, especially because Herbert just seems so quiet. And like I said, it's not that I don't think he deserves it. It's more, I was hoping he'd want to win more. And I think it's very difficult for teams to build winners around quarterbacks that just get paid so much money. But we it's not saying we can't. We still can. But the way the Chargers construct teams, I'm not the fan. I'm not the biggest fan of it. And I don't think Tom Telesco is going to be the best GM to go forward with. And I'll explain my reasons why. First of all, now that you've done this, you have to draft well. And not just draft well, because Tom Telesco has made some good draft picks. But where does he normally struggle drafting players? In the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round. This is no longer an option for us. We have to hit players now. We have to get players of value, because this contract is not going to allow us to sign players. Next year, I think it's best that we shed contracts, like massive ones, because we're going to lose Eckler next year. We're going to lose Everett. We're going to lose probably Mike or Keenan. Honestly, I'm not opposed to just cutting both. And we're also I think we're losing one more player. We're probably going to lose Khalil Mack. Here's the reason why I would shed the major contracts versus trying to shed a bunch of little pieces. I think Justin Herbert is a stud QB that makes players around him better. My problem is, if we do extremely well, I don't know what happens with Kellen Moore, whether he stays as an offensive coordinator for another year or he becomes a head coach. That part is still shaky, but yeah, so that part's going to be the biggest question mark, because if he was to stay as the offensive coordinator for another year, if we do well and we shed contracts like Mike Williams, Keenan, Eckler, and Everett, I think Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore can still build a great offense, but Johnston has to be this number one receiver that we drafted him to be. That's going to be key, and I really believe he can do it. But like I said, I don't like the fact that we're living in kind of a hopeful situation, which feels like kind of where we're headed. But I like I said, I think Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore could figure it out to where they could still make a great offense with a lot of fresh pieces. I think the money has to be just invested and a little more purposeful now, where we need to make sure the offensive line is being paid, which, for people that are forgetting, Slater eventually is going to get paid, and left tackles are making a ton of money. We still have Johnson in there on his rookie deal, who will eventually have to be paid. Now, that's a little more down the line. But like I'm saying, the Chiefs are paying their offensive line and defensive line, and those are the two places that I think we really need to invest our money, because Herbert will make his weapons better. if he has time to throw the ball. I think Kellen Moore is good enough to where he can design an offense where players will get open. I don't believe in paying wide receivers, and again, or running backs, right? For that matter. The problem is running backs do not bring in the value that they need. And let's look at some of the top wide receivers in the league, right? Devontae Adams hasn't won a Super Bowl. Jamar Chase hasn't won a Super Bowl. Probably he's been to a Super Bowl, but again, that's an asterisk because you have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase that are still in their rookie deals. The only receivers that I can think were top receivers in this era that were winning Super Bowls, at least as of late, were Tyreek Hill, and again, that has an asterisk because he wasn't getting paid what he's getting paid in Miami, which is like 30 mil a year, and the Chiefs won without him. The only other receiver that I can think of is Cooper Kupp, and let's see, what does Cooper Kupp get paid? Because I think I wrote it backwards. Cooper Kupp, I don't think his salary is that expensive compared to the other top wide receivers. Yeah, see, look at this. Cooper Kupp does not command the money that top wide receivers are getting. So the two receivers that I can think of that have actually won Super Bowls, top receivers, we still haven't seen Justin Jefferson in there. And man, see, when the Bengals have to pay Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they're going to have to gut their team. Completely gut it. So that they can pay just two players. Cooper Kupp, as being a top wide receiver, does not get paid nowhere near what some of these receivers are getting, man. That's why I don't believe in paying these weapons, man. I look at like Tom Brady. He won without top receivers. I mean, he had Gronk, but tight ends don't make wide receiver money. That's why I think it was great to invest in a tight end, which hopefully we'll do this year. But yeah, man, this is it's not saying I'm against this. It's just I'm a little on the weird end because now it's just how are we going to build going forward? I think we're paying Joey Bosa way too much money. I know people love Bosa, man, and I have nothing against Bosa, but you're not available enough. And you're not always as dominating as I would like you to be. Like, if I had to pick between Nick and Joey, I'm sorry, I'm taking Nick every time. Man, he has been a force, and I feel like he's healthier. Well, that's just me. I know a lot of people ain't going to like that take, but like I said, I call this a line of scrimmage for a reason. You get to pick your side, whether you're on the defense or offensive side of a debate. Anyways, and we still have other contracts like Asante Samuels. We have the highest paid safety on our team. And yes, the salary cap is going up, but it's not going up this much. And the way the salary cap, the Chargers have handled the salary cap, man, we have a lot of dead money for a year or two. And I don't know, man, that's where I'm at. Like, I haven't really got the chance to thoroughly think this out. Like I said, I mentioned this in a different video, though. I don't like the way the Chargers are constructing the team. I think they need to be smarter about this. I know Tom Telesco is usually cheap, but my problem is that now we're going to have to build a team through the draft, meaning you have to hit guys in the later rounds. They have to be players that we can plug and play. But yeah, man, that's kind of where I'm at. Look, man, I'm happy for Justin Herbert, man. You're the stud. You're the quarterback. I love you as a quarterback. So I got nothing against it. I'm not saying it's not well-deserved. It's just, like I mentioned, it's just I was hoping we would be a little more humble about it and be able to... He would take a little bit of a discount, but maybe that was me being hopeful. I can't get mad at him for taking the money. I mean, shit, I probably would too. So, that's just kind of where I'm at, man. We have our quarterback of the future. What do you guys think, man? Like, do you guys really feel like we have we can still build a good roster? Do you guys like the way we've built the roster? I mean, because I think it's absolutely absurd what we're paying Mike and Keenan. But, yeah, that's just my take. Anyways, we'll make more videos because I do want to talk about coaching, but that's kind of it for me right now, man. And I'll see you on a different video, y'all. Peace.